Well, we got a tiny little bit of snow this morning on the homestead, which excited the dog. But we got beautiful clear skies, and today I'm actually just working on all the things that need to get done around the house. I've got both of my canners going, and we're trying to finish up the rest of our tomato production. So I am going to be roasting some tomatoes this morning, oven roasting, and then I'll probably put them in some canning jars. And I'm actually going to be canning some venison. A real simple recipe for your abundance of cherry tomatoes is I just take some of my jalapeno peppers and my fresh garlic and my fresh onion and grind it up real fine, and I roll all of those cherry tomatoes in the olive oil, and then I stick it right in the oven for probably a good hour. And then when it comes out, I usually put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. And man, is it really good. And you can see I got my venison here. Got a nice white-tailed buck, so we're going to do some pressure canning.
Pressure canning venison or any meat is just so simple. I actually had to warm up the venison this morning. I cut it up, my husband cut it up in cubes and put it out in the freezer, and because it got cold last night, the chunks were a little bit icy, so I certainly didn't want to put them in the pressure canner because of the difference in that temperature between the meat and the water would just crack the jars. So I just simply stuck my venison, you can probably see this, right in the oven and got it heated up. And now we're ready to go right into the pressure canner. I do my pint jars. All you do is cut up your meat and you stick a little salt in there. At least that's what I do, just a little bit of salt. Pack that meat in there real good, real tight, and stick them in your pressure canner for a pint jar, 75 minutes. That's it.
Now I know on YouTube I've seen many canning videos that, some of them go like for 15 minutes. How to can venison, how to can a chicken, raw pack method, the cooked method. You don't need to watch a 15-minute video. People, 2 minutes, I just showed you. Cut up your venison, stick them in your sterilized jars, and stick them in your pressure canner. Add a little salt. That's it. Put your lids on, and away you go. That's it. Okay, so after a day of canning, what I ended up with was a nice little haul here. We got most of the deer all butchered up, and we did some hamburger in my quart jars. I like using the hamburger. It's real easy. My husband just ground up the venison, and you just stick it in the jars. And sometimes I add a little bit of spices, garlic, onion. If I don't add anything, it's just plain hamburger with a little bit of salt. And you can see how the cubes turned out great. I love using the cubes because I use that for recipes like beef stroganoff. We have tortillas that we fill with the cubed meat. You can do just about anything with it. So that's the haul for now, and I got all my tomatoes packaged up, and there's some nice nanties we're getting out of here after we're tearing up the sod. Look at that. That's the first row. Looks like it's a productive row. A really good year for carrots. So we're just starting to fill up the pail. Yeah, one big freak. Look at this heirloom. But the nanties did really good. So nothing froze, so we did pretty good so far. Well, we gotta keep working here.
Thanks for having a little pile here. A little bit deeper on the ground too.
And that soil just looks so good too.
Well, that's why you want to keep it.
Yeah. A real successful year for our carrots with this Back to Eden. This is our second year out here, and finally the carrots are producing. And we started from clay soil, so this is really nice. So these are our bigger nantes, I think they're called. So we're kind of hitting the jackpot here. It's looking good. They're much longer and bigger than obviously the miniature ones, but we're impressed. So this is the raised bed that we did actually just this year. And we had a little bit of dead garden space, so and it looks like the carrots are producing pretty good in this one too. We've already been using the carrots as I cook and make my soups and my stir fries. But this whole end here needs to be dug up, so look at that. Boy, they're looking, they're looking really nice.
No problem growing carrots this year.
Wow, look at that.
Look at this freak.
Yeah, there's some real, that is a freak. Look at that. Huh. Many appendages. Yeah, it seems like we've gotten the bigger carrots out of this side over here. That's looking good. And we used our own compost in this. We just did our own little mix with the sawdust and but boy, yeah, they're looking nice. I think this top got froze. Okay, I think these are like they need to go to the state fair. What? Look at these freaks. These are like gigantic. They're like gigantic carrots. Look at this too, hon. All of these along here. Wow. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Wow.
Put that one too bad.
Yeah. These bigger ones.
What happened to this one?
I don't know. Look at that. That's interesting.
It's...
Oh, it's like it grew that way. It got so
Yeah,
big
it did.
just split out of its skin.
The biggest carrot I ever seen, I think.
Yeah. So we ended up with 2 beautiful containers of carrots, and our storage idea is we're going to use our big old sawdust pile, and that's where we're going to store the carrots this year. And that's where the carrots are going to go. I just dug out the sawdust pile, so we're going to be dumping them right in there. So there we go, and now we are going to bury it. So
Yeah.
real simple method. Goodbye, carrots. We'll see you when it's time to eat.